everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about a really big topic. So I'm going over post-pregnancy weight loss. This is such a huge topic and it's not something that's always easily achievable. So I'm going to take you through basically what my pregnancy journey was in a nutshell, and the challenges that I encountered in the post-pregnancy weight loss journey. Also the steps that I used that helped me get to where I am today. I'm going to go over some simple and quick breastfeeding snacks that you can have on standby, some supplementation recommendations, and then I'm just going to touch on how I'm going right now and if I'm happy with where I am and how the journey has kind of gone. So I'm going to try and get through all that as quickly as possible so I don't take up too much of your time. Okay, so my post-pregnancy challenges and also my pregnancy journey in a nutshell. Really, at 20 weeks I was diagnosed with a medical condition, and then I was taken through a procedure and then put on home rest. So I basically had to go the entire pregnancy with only being able to walk to my letterbox. I wasn't able to lift anything over 5 kilos, and so I was basically on home arrest the entire time. So I went from being a really active individual exercising every day to being on my butt basically 24/7. So I did that for 10 months, and then also my daughter was born 2 months early and she was born via an emergency C-section. So my challenges post-pregnancy and trying to lose the weight was rehabbing from the C-section, and also just getting my body moving after having done nothing for 10 months was really hard. My metabolism had slowed right down, so I had to get things moving again. So those were my challenges. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it. So the first thing that I did that helped me on my journey was rehabilitation. So that's physical rehabilitation. So I went to see a physiotherapist who I knew would help me in gaining core control back and building up my core strength again. So this was what I felt I needed, to be confident in getting back into exercise, knowing that I wouldn't injure myself, or further down the track I wouldn't get any overuse injuries because I was compensating due to my lack of core control. So I was doing some really small exercises over a long period of time, and they worked. It was very tedious, but I felt very confident when getting back into exercise. It also really helped me to gain back some pelvic floor stability. So this will help me, going forward with future pregnancies, and also in, preventing incompetence later on in life. So, I don't have too much to worry about in that area if I keep going with my pelvic floor exercises. So that's something I highly recommend before you get back into any exercise. Touch base with a physio and get onto that core control. Okay, so number 2, the next step is exercise. So I started off really light. I did just light walking. So the first walk I remember that I did with my mum and my sister was a loop around my street, and I think it took me about 15 minutes. And afterwards I was so achy, I was tired, and it was depressing. I'm used to being such a fit and healthy individual. Going for a light walk never tired me out, so I used that feeling to kind of motivate me and push me to get back to where I was before, because I really didn't like it. So if you're someone that was active before, use that as motivation. If you're someone who never really was into exercise prior to it, I really suggest that you get going now. So the longer you delay getting back into exercise or starting exercise, the harder your post-pregnancy rehabilitation is going to be and your weight loss journey. So so that's something that I highly recommend that you get back into. I then just gradually increased the time that I was walking for and the intensity. So I would add in certain hills here and there, and then as soon as I got more confident with that and my physio exercises were going really well, I started bringing in more workouts. So these were all without any weights at all. I didn't start doing weights until my daughter Mila was about 8 months, because I didn't have access to a gym until then. So I was utilising the environment around me. So, get out there, think about what you can use for your exercise. I did little circuits at home while she was asleep, using body weight exercises, so things like squats, push-ups, sit-ups, you could do burpees, you could do lunges. So there's many things you could do. I had a little, my driveway was on an incline as well, so I did little sprints. Even if your driveway's flat, you can use that as a bit of running. Yeah, and then I got outside, I would do a bit of jogging with the pram. I'd do without the pram when my partner was home, or I had my mum around to look after her. Ocean swimming's another good one, or walking in the water, you know, when it's summer. And then, you know, getting out on a bike, if you've got access to a bike, is another really good exercise. So start to increase the intensity of your exercises. From there, I then obviously started going to the gym, and I got back into weights as soon as I was told that my core was stable enough for me to be able to focus on it and lift weights at the same time. So getting back into exercise is really important. It's going to help, you know, boost your metabolism. It's going to help you stabilize your blood sugar levels, boost your morale, so make you feel a lot better, and give back some time to yourself. It will also help you with your sleep as well. So overall, it's really good for your health. Okay, so my next step, so the next thing that really helped me was curbing those cravings. So now that my daughter was born, I didn't really have the cravings that I was having during pregnancy, and I had no one to blame for the cravings anymore. So I had to take control myself. So, you know, I started to think, when you're pregnant, yes, you need a lot of calories. You need a lot of nutrients, but when you're breastfeeding, you need even more. So you have to really make sure that you're eating nutrient-dense foods. Superfoods are great ideas, so things like kale and spinach, chia seeds, avocado, broccoli, seaweed, nuts and seeds, anything like that that you know is going to have a lot of nutrients in it. It's really going to fill you up and give you the goodness that you need. So making sure you have some stuff on standby so you can make some healthy snacks. And also, when you're breastfeeding, you need to be organized. You know, you can be sat on the couch for hours feeding, and it's really easy to skip meals. So just to avoid that, you need to be organized. So I would have my daughter in the Moby wrap. I'd get everything that I needed before I'd have to feed her. I'd get water, a big bottle of water. I'd get the TV remote to entertain myself, as well as books. I'd get my phone if anyone needed to contact me, things for her that I needed, so burp cloth or wipes. And then I'd get all the healthy snacks that I needed, and I just surrounded myself with everything. And then I was sorted for the next few hours. And you know, if you can keep on top of your eating, again, it's going to help stabilize your blood sugar levels. It will help boost your metabolism. So, you know, you've got lots of benefits, and you're giving yourself and baby the nutrients you need for you to lose weight and baby to grow healthily. So that was another really important one, is keeping on track of that. Okay, so the next thing that was really helpful is your water intake. So when baby's feeding, you need to drink. You're using up a lot of bodily fluids through feeding. If you think how much they drink and how long they drink for, you need to be replenishing that all the time. So water is such a big topic, and there's lots of factors that are involved helping weight loss and also for your own health benefits. But basically, it's gonna, again, boost your metabolism. It will keep your moods on the right path, nice and positive. If you think about when you get hungry and dehydrated, how grumpy you can get. It will also help with your milk supply. It will help keep all your organs running functionally and effectively, because they're not dehydrated and running low on any water in the blood. So you're going to be, you know, blood's going to be circulating and helping them move a lot more efficiently. So if you want any more tips on water and little things you can add to your water to help boost your metabolism and your digestive system, then head on over to my Boost Your Digestive System vlog on YouTube. So just look under Solely Nutrition and you can get a bit more info on that. So, but water is very, very important, so making sure that you get enough of that. So, and then the next step is getting into a routine. Getting into a routine really helped me, you know, because I could get things done. I could schedule when I was going to exercise, when I was going to prepare snacks, when baby would wake up, and when I would need to do the shopping. You know, if you've got a routine, you can fit things in. If you're just taking it as it comes, the day will go by and you'll be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. So try and be on a good routine. Most people are, because babies work well on routines as well. So just work in with baby, you know, maybe you might exercise when they're sleeping, or you might organise for someone to come and babysit while they're asleep so you can get out and do your exercise. You might decide that in the morning their sleep is going to be your exercise time. In the afternoon, one of their naps might be when you prep for snacks or for dinner. So use that time to make things in bulk so you can freeze, and then you can use it going forward. So you don't reach the point where you're having to grab something quickly out of the cupboards and it ends up being unhealthy because you weren't organised. So use the time and organise yourself efficiently. You know, plan your meals. Take that time when you've got some thoughts to yourself to plan what you're going to have. So that was another tip that really helped me. So the more I was organised, I found the healthier I was eating, because I had supplies in the house and I had things prepared and ready to go. Okay, so, and then the last tip, the last step that really helped me was just relaxing, you know, and just waiting for it to happen. Just let it happen. So don't be so uptight and think that you need to lose the weight immediately. You've got a child, you're breastfeeding, you've just been through pregnancy. These are all really, really big things to happen in life, and you can't lose weight like that, you know, healthily. So you want to make sure that this is a lifestyle change. You want to make it permanent. So just take each day as it comes and aim to better yourself every day with what you're doing. As long as you keep challenging and aiming to better yourself, your results will keep improving and keep going. So I was 14 months along the track when I finally got to my pre-baby weight. So some people might get back to that earlier than what I did. Some people may take longer. We've all had a different journey, but take your time. And if you need that extra assistance, get in touch with a nutritionist. You know, there's plenty around, and they can help and guide you along the way and work out what you're doing wrong. But make sure as well that you're doing it in a way that is not, you know, I guess, taking away goodness and nutrients from baby. So you're supplementing you both. You're helping out the both of you. So it's really important to keep baby's interests at heart and not be so concerned about losing weight so quickly. Okay, so just take your time, let it happen, and it will happen over time. So those are all the things that I had to take into consideration, and it helped me in my post-pregnancy weight loss. Just, you know, the last one's really important, just being patient. It will come. As long as you're persistent and you're dedicated towards reaching that end goal, you will get there eventually. So yeah, so those are my steps. So now I'm going to quickly go on to some breastfeeding snacks that are really helpful. So what I would have, you know, there's lots of different snacks you can have, but some simple quick ones to have around the house that don't cost too much money would be, so one would be peanut butter and celery sticks. You could do vegetable sticks and hummus. You could do apple slices with a nut butter. That could be peanut butter, it could be almond or cashew butter. You could do some homemade snacks, so homemade bliss balls. They're really simple to make and they don't take much time. Plain Greek yogurt with fruit, your choice of fruits. You could do brown rice crackers with avocado. Avocado by itself is always a really nice snack. Hard-boiled eggs. So those are some simple, quick ideas you can have around the house that will help give you a lot of nutrients, so to keep your energy levels up and not give you, I guess, too many calories, so you're not having to work with too much. So you will be burning a lot if you're breastfeeding, but if you're not a breastfeeding mum, not everyone can breastfeed or even like or have an enjoyable journey. So even if you're not, these are good snacks for you to keep you going, you know, in those gaps where you might end up missing lunch. You can have some quick snacks to keep you going so that you're keeping your blood sugar levels up. It's really important. Okay, so now we're just going to touch on some supplement recommendations briefly. So I use a brand called Metagenics. I like to stick with the same brand that I know is reliable. So first of all, you want to be taking a pregnancy supplement, something that supports breastfeeding if you are breastfeeding. So Metagenics do a pregnancy care. It's an all-round multi, and it will just help support you, keep your breast milk level up high so you're not struggling to produce for baby on demand. Yeah, so that's a really good one, and it will make sure that you're not running at a loss with nutrients. You're keeping up your levels really high, and yeah, so that's a really good one to go with. I also take a probiotic, so this is something that I take on a daily basis regardless of whether I'm pregnant or breastfeeding. So it's really important to keep your gut bacteria healthy and strong. So we want to keep up the presence of good bacteria. It's not only good, you know, for your digestive system, but for your immune system too. I think most people are aware that, you know, having good gut bacteria is good for baby as well. So if you're a mum to be, keeping up with a good probiotic is really helpful. So if you have a normal birth, most babies, well, all babies will pick up their supply of good gut bacteria from your vaginal canal on the way out. So if you're like me and you had a C-section, they will rely on good bacteria from your breast milk. If you're not able to breastfeed, then I would definitely get your baby on a probiotic from the beginning. So I've had my daughter on a probiotic since the beginning as well. So, and it's really helped. So that's one. Another one is a good fish oil. So this is called Metapure EPA DHA. So this is a good fish oil. Fish oils are good for inflammation. So weight gain is also classed as inflammation. It's good for your neurological system, for your skin. So it's a good all-rounder. I would recommend, again, even if you're not pregnant or breastfeeding, it's a really good nutrient to have in your diet on a daily basis. I don't think people get nearly enough of this each day, so it's really good to keep up with it. So that's another good one. And also a good vitamin C supplement. So this is a high dose one. It's 500 milligrams per capsule. So I take 2 of those a day as a maintenance, just to fight away any infections and keep my immune system high. It's really good just to keep on top of things. So that's kind of like my maintenance supplement. When I get sick, I can take up to 5-6 of them a day, and then it cuts down the length of my sickness remarkably. Or if I feel like I'm about to get sick, it prevents me from getting a full-on sickness. So I really like that one. Okay, so those are my supplement recommendations. Okay, now just to kind of tie things up, I'm going to just talk about where I'm at now and where my journey's going. So I'm back to my normal weight, which was 65 kilos prior to having my daughter, and I'm feeling great. There's little improvements I feel like I can make here and there, toning up, but overall I'm really happy. I'm back in a bikini, and I feel confident. And going forward, I know that I'm only going to make more and more improvements because I'm going to continue my health and wellness journey. I'm not going to stop it at any point. It's become a part of my lifestyle. So my aim now is to keep going with what I'm doing to make sure I'm healthy and fit again for when baby number 2 comes along. So, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but the healthiest and the fittest that you can be prior to having your baby will help your recovery and your rehabilitation 10 times more. So make sure that you are doing everything you can to make sure that you're healthy, then baby will be too. So yeah, so those are my tips for post-pregnancy weight loss. I hope you found something really helpful, and I'd love to know if you try anything out and it works for you as well. So yeah, so don't forget to follow me on all my social media pages so you can find recipes on my Pinterest page. Ideas will be put up on Instagram regularly, and I'm also on Facebook with the same information as well. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Solely Nutrition, and you'll get all the regular updates of all my vlogs. Okay, so we'll see you next time on my next video. Take care.